Howdy, my name is Sheila and I have the Culex quinquefasciatus mosquito.
Howdy, my name is Jada Walton and I will be talking about the Aedes albopictus.
Jada and I's debate topic is over which of the two mosquitoes are more dangerous to humans. The Culex quinquefasciatus, also known as the southern house mosquito, is primarily found in the tropic and lower latitudinal regions all across the globe. The region that is 36 degrees north and 36 degrees south of the equator, to be more specific. Its history is said to date back to the early 1820s, 1823 to be exact. This mosquito is the most active in the nighttime and mainly found near stagnant water environments. Such environments as sewage systems, drainage areas, container sources, farms, and ranches. The culex can be identified by the cross vein on its narrow wings with a large blunt abdomen and a short palpus. They vary from 3.96 to 4.25 millimeters in length. The culex is a light brown color while its abdomen is a darker brown. The culex will lay eggs in the wet stagnant areas, and then the eggs will hatch roughly 24 to 30 hours later. From there, the egg will turn into a larvae, then a pupa, and then an adult. This process takes about 8 days. While the males only eat sugar they get from plants, the females are blood eaters after mating. After the blood is obtained, the females set out in search of a place to lay their eggs. They are able to lay their eggs up to 5 times in their lifetime. This mosquito is a carrier of the world's most lethal viruses such as Japanese encephalitis, filarial worms, and West Nile fever. Here in the United States, the Culex quinquefasciatus is the insect primarily responsible for the St. Louis encephalitis virus. Not only does the insect infect humans, but animals as well. It eats what it has the opportunity to eat.
Aedes albopictus, from the mosquito family, also known as an Asian tiger mosquito or forest mosquito, is a mosquito native to the tropical and subtropical areas of Southeast Asia. However, in the past few decades, this species has spread to many countries through the transport of goods and international travel. It is characterized by its black and white striped legs and small black and white striped body. This mosquito has become a significant pest in many communities because it closely associates with humans and typically flies and feeds in the daytime, in addition to at dusk or dawn. The insect is called a tiger mosquito for its striped appearance, which resembles that of a tiger. Aedes albopictus has undergone a dramatic global expansion facilitated by human activities, in particular the movement of used types in lunky bamboo. Together with passive trade via public and private transportation, this has resulted in a widespread global distribution of Albopictus. It is now listed as one of the top 100 invasive species by the Invasive Species Specialist Group. The success of the invasion Albopictus is due to a number of factors, including its ecological plasticity, strong competitive aptitude, and globalization. Albopictus will continue to be a successful invasive species that will spread beyond its current geographical boundaries. This mosquito is already showing signs of adaptation to colder climates, which may result in disease transmission in new areas.
Aside from the deadly diseases my insect carries, the commonness of the insect in itself makes it extremely lethal as well. While the culex is a nighttime hunter, the sheer number of the insect spans across the globe, making many susceptible to being bitten. The insect is found in the tropics and in other lower latitudinal areas. The area that should be most worried about the culex is those that live near stagnant water, such as farming areas. The insect not only infects humans, but animals such as livestock as well. If the mosquito is infecting livestock used as a food source for many, this could have deadly consequences to humans as well. The insect infecting the population's food source and themselves causes double trouble for those who live around this insect as well.
Aedes albopictus feeds on a wide range of hosts. It is also known to be a significant biting nuisance with the potential to become a serious health threat as a bridge vector of zoonotic pathogens to humans. This mosquito species is a known vector of chikungunya virus. A number of other viruses affecting human health have also been isolated from field-collected Albopictus in different countries. Moreover, its recent involvement in the transmission of chikungunya virus in Italy and France highlights the importance of monitoring these invasive species.
The Culex mosquito is a very common insect found all across the globe near stagnant waters and warm temperatures. The bite from one of these insects could have deadly effects depending on the symptoms that appear and when. With viruses such as encephalitis and West Nile, sometimes the symptoms are very minimal. They have been known to be similar to those of the flu, which make it easy for doctors and medical staff to overlook. This camouflage can have deadly consequences if not caught in time. In many cases, it can be too late before the actual problem is detected. The medical care provided in that region determines life or death as well. Likewise, if the problem is detected and the region does not have the proper medical care to treat such serious fast-acting diseases, this creates a new deadly issue.
Aedes albopictus is secondary to Aedes aegypti as a vector of viruses in settings of endemicity, but it plays an important role in areas of emergence. This study compared the two species infection by performing 232 direct blood feeding experiments on 118 patients in Vietnam. Albopictus acquire infections as readily as aegypti after blood feeding. Once infected, Albopictus permitted higher concentrations to accumulate in abdominal tissues compared with aegypti. However, the odds of Albopictus having infectious saliva were lower than the odds observed for aegypti.
The Culex mosquito is a very common insect found all across the world near stagnant waters and warm temperatures. The vast majority of the world is populated by this insect and has been since the early 1800s. The bite from one of these insects could have deadly effects, depending on the symptoms that appear and when. The medical care in that region is also a determining factor when it comes to the hazard this mosquito brings. If the medical needs are not met when it comes to these viruses, the consequences are miserable and almost always deadly.
In conclusion, Aedes albopictus was first reported in Europe in 1979. In 1985, it reported in Texas and has since spread northward and eastward, having now been reported at least 32 U.S. states, including Hawaii. This expansion was facilitated by the movement of used tires among the interstate highways. Having originated in tropical forests of Southeast Asia, Albopictus has spread globally. The ability for imported populations to establish is currently dependent on the origin of the mosquito and its strain, and it is not always clear whether introductions into Europe will result in established populations.